Hey, what's up, you guys? It is BrickLover18 here today with another episode of Ask Brick. Ask Brick is my Q&A show here on YouTube and on TikTok where I answer all the questions that you ask me regarding my life, regarding LEGO, or literally anything in between. Answer them here on an Ask Brick style format video and give you all the answers to your burning questions. We are back today with another episode and I am so excited to get into this week's questions. So obviously, before we get started with the questions, if you do have any future questions for the next episodes, please don't forget to leave them down in the comments below with the hashtag AskBrick. You can leave them on any of my social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff, and I promise I will get back to them. So the first question I'm going to answer in today's episode is from BreakTime101. He said, Ask Brick, why doesn't LEGO offer a complete set of their collectible minifigures? So this has been a debate in the LEGO community for many years. For those of you who may not know, LEGO sells collectible LEGO minifigures. I had some package right there, and these collectible LEGO minifigures are sold in blind bags for I think like $4 or $5.99 now. It's ridiculously overpriced, but you basically get one LEGO minifigure in each of these bags. And what BreakTime101 is asking is, why doesn't LEGO sell these minifigures as a complete set? So when LEGO sells these minifigures, you can either buy them and it's like a set of 12 or 16 or something like that. And the question is, why doesn't LEGO just sell them bulk like that? And the reason is the same reason why they don't just sell the minifigures in a clear poly bag. It's because they're blind. So when you buy one of those minifigures, unless you're feeling out the minifigure, you don't know what minifigure you're going to get in the package. So that means if there's one specific minifigure that you want to collect, you're going to have to buy probably several different packages before you're able to get that one minifigure, if you're ever able to get it. As well, with the release of the LEGO's new wooden, cardboard packaging, they're going to make it so you can't even feel the minifigures anymore. So you're going to have no choice but to go and randomly buy these LEGO minifigures or buy them on a third-party site like Bricklink afterwards. So the reason, in my opinion, why LEGO doesn't offer a complete, set of these minifigures for sale is because if they did that, LEGO's going to lose a ton of profits. If you're a diehard LEGO collector, either who doesn't feel your bags, get them randomly as gifts, or are banking on the fact that the packaging is going to be cardboard in the future, you're not going to be able to feel which minifigures you're getting. So if you're a diehard collector and you want all 12 LEGO minifigures, you're not going to be able to just pick up 12 minifigures. You're going to be probably getting 20 or so before you're actually able to get a complete set. It's kind of like trading cards. You can't just get a full set of your trading cards. You have to keep buying packages. You're getting duplicates and all that good stuff. So I have a feeling that's why LEGO doesn't do it, and because they're going to lose a ton of money. If you're spending $5 on a minifigure and say, to make it easy math, there's 10 figures in a set, you'd only have to spend $50. You'd get all 10 figures, you're happy. But if you had to buy 20 or 30, that's LEGO's missing out on $100, $200 in extra revenue because you keep buying these LEGO minifigures. So why LEGO doesn't offer a complete set of minifigures is, one, because it would take away from the fact that they are blind LEGO minifigures, and they might as well at that point just make them clear packaging. And two, because LEGO's going to lose a lot of the profits. And we've seen companies do this for years and years and years, like with trading cards or blind bags and stuff like that. The company's not going to get rid of them. As much as we would love to just be able to buy one order of a complete minifigures on Shop at Home, that would be amazing. LEGO unfortunately does not work like that. And I know, as somebody who did a lot of minifigure purchasing over the pandemic virtually, as well as I get a lot of minifigures for gifts and stuff like that, it is just not possible to do that essentially, and to get the parts and just get a full complete set without doing the feeling and stuff like that. So when I'm getting them as gifts or when I'm ordering online, I'm guaranteed to get duplicates, which means I'm guaranteed to order more. So that, in my opinion, is why LEGO doesn't do full sets of collectible minifigures, because they lose a lot of their revenue. Caleb Bricks asks, Ask Brick, is your new change on Mini Build Monday going from a horizontal to a virtual format? Is it forever or temporary? That's a great question. None of the things I would say I do here on my YouTube channel are ever forever. I'm always evolving and I'm always making changes, and that's why I made the change to Mini Build Monday. For those of you who are, tuning in, Mini Build Monday was a series that I did 40-some episodes on, where I'd film at regular 1080p by 1920 on my, DSLR, and I'd unbox polybags or tell stories about them and whatnot. However, I wanted to shift that format of a video to a different format here in 2023, and I really wanted to experiment more with short form content, and that being vertical content instead of horizontal. So for the last 2 episodes of Mini Build Monday, I've actually filmed them vertically. I've uploaded them to YouTube Shorts and to TikTok, and I'm just trying to, like I said, experiment with more short form content. I feel like sometimes the Mini Build Monday videos that I was getting, it take me 3-4 minutes to review a polybag. I now am challenged to do that same review in that same style of video in under a minute, because that's the YouTube Shorts upload time. And also just because I was noticing the views on Mini Mini Build Mondays were actually declining on my channel, and I was afraid it was impacting the performance of overall my other videos, because when YouTube algorithm sees that you're posting some videos that don't do well, they're going to assume viewers, and if people aren't clicking on them after they're giving them the impression, that click-through rate's not going to be good. Then YouTube's going to stop, giving people your impressions to subscribers and stuff like that. So you're going to get less views overall on your channel, not just on that one style of video. So I was afraid that was going to start happening to my channel, and I was noticing kind of my views plateauing here on YouTube, and I'm always trying to grow and try new things. So that's why I've switched it to this more vertical style content. And I've been making a lot more vertical style content. In fact, this episode of Ask Brick is being filmed both horizontally and vertically at the exact same time. So I can repurpose these clips from this video, from this originally a YouTube video, and also put it on YouTube Shorts and TikTok and all that really good stuff, Reels, to just, again, really capitalize on that short form content that is seeming to be more and more popular as the time goes on. So that's why I'm making some changes here, and I think it's important for myself as a YouTuber to evolve to a content creator across all social media platforms. Obviously, YouTube is still my primary business, my primary source of income, so I can't take all my focus away from YouTube. But at the same time, if I want to grow as a social media content creator and across all my platforms, I feel it's really important to invest in new technologies and new video formats to ensure that I'm doing that. And that's exactly why you're watching this video here on TikTok as well as on YouTube. So short form content is really important, and as I continue to grow in this space, I will continue to evolve and try new things and make less winded content, because I know I've been talking about this video for a minute now. But long story short, the answer about the Mini Build Monday being is it a permanent or temporary change is right now it is permanent for the time being. I'm really going to continue trying to invest in this short form content and see where it can take me and can take my business. However, it's something that's not working out. If viewers aren't tuning in anymore, they don't like it as much as they did with the original horizontal content and more longer, I will go back to it, because like I said, my YouTube channel is something that's constantly evolving and constantly changing. No change I ever make is permanent. There's been so many things that I've done that I've reversed, and this is exactly one of those ones that I can do. So we'll have to see a few months where it goes, where it takes me, and how my channel continues to evolve and grow, but we'll just have to see, and only time will tell. This next question is from Jojo5798. Ask Brick, when you worked at the Lego store, did you get to build unreleased sets for display? Yeah, absolutely. So we had a couple different types of display models that came into the Lego store. So the first one was sets that already came built. So these were like the huge models that often came built and glued. So anything like the Millennium Falcon or the Imperial, whatever that big one is, or even the Eiffel Tower. Those sets all came pre-built and pre-glued, because those take so many hours to build. They would have just been spending a ton of Lego store resources in the back working on that build. So they needed to be on display. Those were direct-to-consumer sets. They came to the store already built and already glued. The other sets, however, there was two types. So the sets would arrive in a box, just like a Lego box that you and I would get. Sometimes they would arrive early with like a do not sell sticker on them, and they wanted them to be built and ready to be on the display floor before the set was, while it was going to be released to the public. So a good example of this one is the Stranger Things set. That was a direct-to-consumer set that was being released in the evening and was going to be available for sale the very next day. So for that set, for example, we had to have that set built and ready to be put on display when that set came out and was ready for the public. And some sets, that's great. If it's a secret before that release, we would build it in the back room very secretly, very quietly, and not be allowed to talk about it. Other sets, for example, which is the most common scenario, where it's set, it's been released and it's going to be for sale 2-3 weeks later down the line. It's not a big secret that this set is coming out. We are going to talk about it and stuff like that. Those sets we would still get. They would still want us to build them in advance, but we could actually build those on the floor. So we could go into the Lego store and make it kind of an interactive display for the kids as well. They could help us build the set. We could be chatting with the customers while we build and stuff like that. And that was another really great way to kind of have like an in-store demo and also build some sets that aren't yet released yet. People love to see us building sets that weren't released, but sometimes we got to do that, and other times we have to keep them in secret. But long story short, yes, as a Lego store employee, we did get to build unreleased Lego sets, which was really cool. It was a lot of fun doing that. It was really neat to be one of the first people in the world to ever build a set. I was the primary builder on the Stranger Things set, which was amazing, because that meant I got to build most of that set for my store's display before it was even released to the world. Nobody even knew it was coming, so it felt very special. So the long answer is yes, we did get to build these unreleased Lego sets. The next question I have here is from Felicita MacArthur. Do you glue your Lego sets together so when it is done, it doesn't get broken if you hit it by accident? No, I actually don't glue any of my Lego sets. Any of the sets that you see around me here, or any of the sets, anything in the city down on the other side of my Lego room, none of it is glued. I personally don't agree with gluing Lego sets because glue is a very permanent thing. If I glue a Lego set together, I will never be able to undo it. And there's been so many times over the years that I've torn apart Lego sets to build new things. Some I keep on display. I really only buy sets that I really like and want to keep on display. But like when you glue a Lego set, you just don't get the opportunity to ever do anything else with it. It's kind of now a one, you've gone from 1,000 pieces to one piece, which I don't necessarily love. In fact, I don't glue my Lego sets, so when I do knock sets over or drop them, they shatter into a million pieces, and that's something that I, have dealt with over the years, especially last year when I moved into this space. I broke a lot of Lego sets, but at the end of the day, that's okay with me because I'd rather spend time rebuilding one Lego set because I dropped it. It's such a rarity that it happens, than have a Lego set that is just permanently glued together. So I do not glue any of my Lego sets together. If I drop it, sucks to suck. I have to rebuild it. I dropped a bunch of things when I moved. The other day I was filming a city update and I dropped the camera I was holding on parts of the city, shattered some of those sets, had to do some rebuilding. But for me, I'd rather spend that time rebuilding than spending that time gluing and then never having an opportunity to do anything with that Lego set again. It's just not that serious for me. The only thing I would even consider would be like leg glue or something like that, which is the glue that you hold your Lego together but then dissolves in water. That's a really cool product, but just once again, like there's not a time where I would need to glue a Lego set that I wouldn't want to ever unglue then, if that makes sense. I just don't really see the purpose of doing it, and it just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. So no, I do not glue my Lego sets together. If I drop it or break it or whatever, it sucks to sucks. It's what happens. This next question here is from Gareth Smith. Asprick, are you ever going to Mills plate your Lego city? So the short answer is not at this time. I never like to say never, but no, I have no plans for the near future to Mills plate my Lego city. For those of you who may not know, I had to double check it myself. Mills plates are actually called Modular Integration Landscaping Systems Lego base plates. And it's essentially, I'll put some images on the screen because it'll be better than me describing it, but what it essentially is Lego users take their base plates and they build it up with bricks and plates and things like that to make it more modular for their Lego city. So that means that the roads kind of attach to it, and instead of using like the base plates that modular buildings might come on, you put their modular buildings on these plates, which make them easier to move. They connect better with the road plates, and it allows you to do way more detailing and stuff like that within your Lego city. So I personally am not going to be doing any of the Mills plating anytime soon, just because one, for me, it just takes up a ton of Lego bricks, which means that it's going to be really expensive and just not the most economical for me to do in my Lego city. My Lego city is pretty small. I don't move it around or anything like that very often, so it just doesn't, it's not like I'm going to conventions every other weekend, which would make it easier to set up. Like mine's set up on my table over there, and I don't have no need to move it for a really long time. And of course, because the cost is so much, like I have no desire to do that, but also because I do like how my Lego city looks right now. I think it looks pretty decent, even though I'm using base plates and the new Lego road plates are a little bit higher than the base plate. It's about one stud with the tiles and stuff like that, so it's a little odd. Normally the sidewalks are always higher than the road. My city's the opposite. I still really like how it looks, and because I have such a small city, I just don't have a ton of room and stuff like that to build all these really big sidewalks and things. Like I'm really got to be conservative with the space I do have. It's just not something that I'm going to be doing in the future. I see people like Brixie do it, and I think his city looks awesome. It's great work. It's it's economical for him if he wants to do that. It makes I don't know, that's his choice, whatever. So many other Lego YouTubers and Lego city builders do that as well. It's just not something that's going to be in the cards for me. I'd rather spend those money that I would spend on filler bricks and plates and stuff like that. I'd rather buy more modular buildings, more Lego sets and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, because my city is pretty stationary, it doesn't move, and I don't need to make changes to it all the time. It's more for myself to look at and be like, wow, that city's great. For me, it's perfect the way it is, and like I said, I'd rather invest that money that I would spend on those Mills plates into something totally different. So I'm very happy with how things are going right now, and yeah, no, for the future, I have no intention to get the Mills system. But you would have asked me 6 or 7 years ago if I had any intentions to get road plates. I would have said absolutely not. Road plates are way too expensive. I'd rather I used to use duct tape for my roads, or I used to use like Bristol board, and 7 years ago if you said road plates, I would have said absolutely not. But then Lego came out with their new road plates and I liked it. I'm like, I feel like I could add this to my Lego city. So that's why I never want to say never to the Mills plates, because eventually I might integrate those into the city, but for now at least it is not in the cards, and I will have no plans on doing that. Alright you guys, so I think that's all the questions that I'm going to answer on today's episode of Ask Brick. I know I didn't answer a ton of questions in quantity, but each of the ones required a little bit of a longer longer answer. So next week I'll definitely try and fit a few more in with a little bit, less long-winded answers. But for now, I feel like we definitely covered a lot for this video. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this episode of Ask Brick, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe. Also, my question bank is getting pretty low, so if you do have questions for me and you want me to answer on a future episode, please don't forget to leave them down in the comments above this video or any of my social media platforms like TikTok, Reels, Shorts, all that good stuff. Thank you again so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys here in the next video.